is Uncaged. My name is Nathaniel Kramer,
And I'm Christian Bowman.
and let's get right into it.
So last week we had quite a lot of things going on, pretty late in a lot of sports seasons. So we'll start off with some track. We had the George Anderson invite late last week at Omaha Northwest High School. Technically, also called the Omaha North invite by some, but Prep came in second place, placing behind only Kearney in said invite, and we had quite a few medalists and across the board. So you've got Noah Banks, Denny Chapman, Jack Godel, and Jackson Wergler winning the 4x400 relay. You have Michael Sauer, Paul Ewell, Eli Jones, and Jacob Finney winning the 4x800. Denny Chapman also won the 400 meter, and Eli Jones won the 3200 meter. So I think that our runners had an amazing showing last week. I just hope that some of our field guys start placing high, and they already are, and I think we will come state. But regardless, we aren't quite there yet, so we still got some time to improve.
Yeah, we talked about last week how we needed some gold medals that we wanted to place high, and we did that here. Our runners just did a great job this year. Got many gold medals, and that really helps us with placements. Now, as long as our throwers can keep up a little bit, I like our chances.
For sure. And we didn't have any throwers at state last year, and we still won state.
Oh wow!
So I think, well, it isn't as shocking when you know like that only the top 3 guys from each school go to state.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if your runners are excellent enough, then it can happen as it did last year. Now I'm not saying that we shouldn't have any throwers go to state. We should definitely. I'd love to see a lot of our throwers and field guys go to state, but I think that we have a lot of guys who can get it done regardless of who goes.
Yeah, definitely.
And turning gears a little bit to some soccer postseason action, you had the 429 April 29th District A2 semifinal versus North Platte in Leahy Stadium. Prep dominated, winning 4-0, and Jack Johnson had 2 of those 4 goals. 3 guys had goals that game. And so another interesting stat from that game was Alex Simonson had 0 saves from 0 shots on goal. So just like the Papio game, the Kicks for Cure, Prep was absolutely dominating across the board and save Sib some work, certainly. And I think if our defense shows up like that, then we will win state.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a great game. North Platte, nowhere near, it's not a bad team whatsoever. I mean, so being able to just lock them down, score the goals we need to, and our defense has been looking phenomenal these past couple games.
For sure.
So if we can keep this up, keep the good energy going into state. Well, sorry, we have to win our district final first. But if we can win that, keep the good energy going through the state, I think we definitely have another championship team.
Absolutely.
Now going on to some baseball this past week, had a good amount of stuff going on. First, we had the West Side baseball tournament. First match versus West Side, big rivalry game. Love to see it. Love to see the energy that was at that game brought by both teams. But we ended up winning this one 6-5 in a comeback in the 7th inning.
Nice.
Dropped 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th to win this game. Absolutely huge. 3 runs. And then Cal Anthony going 4 for 4 in this game. He has been a hot bat. 7 for 7 in the last 2 games and 10 for 14 in the last 4 games.
Oh, my goodness.
He has been on a roll. He's a sophomore, so he's young. It's not much more you could ask from our younger guys. Just absolutely going crazy in the batter's box.
Our future is bright.
Oh, it's looking great.
Even if this season doesn't turn out as we want it to, then a lot of future seasons will, and I'm sure of that.
100%. And then I predicted this one a bit closer, so I'm winning this one 1-0. Next, the second game of the tournament against Lincoln East, number 1 team in the state.
Uh-oh.
It was a good game until about the fourth inning. And in that fourth inning, Lincoln East blew this game open, winning this one 9-4. We were close. It was 4-4 in the fourth. A lot of fours there. And then after that, we were struggling to find ways to score. They kept putting runs on the board. We couldn't find it. But overall, a pretty good tourney for the Junior Jays. Getting that second place behind Lincoln East, but also getting that win over West Side is a huge confidence booster going into state. We're looking like, from what I've seen, a top 3, top 4 team in the state this year.
I could see it. I could see us making quite a bit of a run.
Yeah, especially if we get hot. I really, really like our chances.
Absolutely.
I mean, always those superpowers with Lincoln East and Millard West, but I think we have definitely the potential to beat them. We've had them in close games for every time we've played them. So I think if we can just pull out one of those close wins, we'll be great. And then finally, after that West Side tournament, we come back again 3 days later to play West Side at West Side. This one is a lot better for the team, 5-2, a lot more shut down from the Jays. Charles Iola, another sophomore, leading the team with a triple. And Cal Anthony, 2 for 4 with a double and a single.
Jeez.
Absolutely lighting up that batter's box again and again. He will not stop. And sadly, in this one, Christian was closer on his predictions, so he's up 1-1. Or it's tied 1-1. And finally, for baseball, our match against Lincoln North Star. I believe this was yesterday, this was either yesterday or Monday. I believe it was yesterday. But a dominant victory, winning 12-0. Cal Anthony again, home run, and then Logan Birchfield had a triple. It's amazing. This kid's just, he's going. It's insane. And then our pitchers, John Lysick and Jameson Harris, gave him 1 combined hit the entire game.
Jeez.
So dominant outing from the pitchers, great hitting from the fielders and defense. Offense was on fire. Not much more you could ask from this team. If we play like this in state, I really, really like how it's looking.
I think we're picking a lot of things up from some adversity earlier in the season, which I love to see, truly. And I thought, and I knew this would happen. I knew that we would get it together. And I think as long as we keep that going into state, we'll make a run. If not, go to state.
Yeah.
So.
I love how our pitchers have been always fighting back against the adversity they've been seeing. One little example, Jameson he's had a couple rough outings lately. But, again, he comes back today, absolutely shoves. It's absolutely crushes down North Star. So that's a great bounce back game. Get his confidence up. And more confidence means better pitching for our guys. And then finally looking back, we have 2 golf tournaments last week. April 22nd, Prep tied for second place in some 50-mile-an-hour winds.
Jeez.
We had some rough weather this past week. A couple of tornadoes dropped down. That didn't stop the golf team, though, going out in Beatrice, getting that second place. I mean, that's great for those guys, being able to adapt to those rough situations.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And finally, the Millard North Golf Tournament 2 days ago at Miracle Hills Golf Course, and we got our first place of the season, winning this tournament. You'll love to see it. Again, had some rougher weather this week. It was wet, so I mean, it's great to see that these guys just don't care about that.
Absolutely.
And they're just powering through, winning these tournaments.
You love to see it, truly. Yeah. And as you said, we're adapting, which a good state caliber team would need to do in any circumstance, and we're showing it for sure. So I'm not worried about them at all going into state golf. So looking forward now, after we've recapped everything that's happened, track is starting to enter the postseason part of their season. But you had the Metro tournaments today, May 1st, and tomorrow, May 2nd. I know that running's at 12 and fields at 1. So there's a lot of teams going on, a lot of teams competing, and I'm not too worried about them. I'm not too worried about them. They're consistently one of the best teams in the city and the state too, winning state last year. So I think that we'll make a run for sure in this postseason time.
Yeah, I love how our Trek team's been looking. And finally, today at 5 p.m. for baseball at Buena Vista. This game, or sorry, oh, what am I thinking of? I don't know what I'm thinking. But yeah, so today at Buena Vista, 5 p.m. start. This game shouldn't be close. And Buena Vista's a new school. I mean, that's all I have to say. They don't have a lot of guys, at least compared to all the other good teams we faced this year. They don't have a lot of guys that are at that level yet. So I think we're going to absolutely blow them out of the water. Probably looking at like a 13-0 victory here.
I could see that for sure. And I think that we will also blow them out of the water, but I also trust our offense as well to get a lot of stuff done, and our pitching staff to just completely dominate the field. So I have Prep winning 16-0 against Buena Vista tonight.
That'd be crazy if he could do that.
That would be very crazy, but I think Prep's on fire right now, undoubtedly, and Buena Vista's a new school, so I think that we'll take out a lot of anger that we might have had, and just figure a lot of things out before winning games starts to really become the true priority.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, if we do come out hitting, we're gonna come out hitting. So
yeah,
that'll be fun to see. And then finally, the district tournament coming up. This Buena Vista game is the last game of the regular season. So we have our district tournaments coming up soon, and we will have some more information on that next week.
And soccer's got some more postseason action tonight. You got the district final versus Millard North today, 4:30 Leahy Stadium. It's gonna be a thriller, but I think that Prep will definitely dominate the field as they have been doing for quite a long time now. I have them winning in an absolutely decimating 5-0 victory to send them rolling into state.
Yeah, that'd be great if we could do that. We played Miller North earlier this season. We won 1-0, but we are also dealing with a lot of injuries, as we have throughout the earlier regular season. So I don't think that's going to stop us, and I don't think they will stop us. We're going to take this one 3-1. Defense is just going to lock up. They'll give up one, but it happens. I don't know how many shutouts we can get in a row. That'd be crazy if we get more.
I get that.
I think it's a time for our shutout streak to take an end, but we still got a nice 3-1 easy win.
Absolutely.
And then now we have 2 golf tournaments, not this week, but next week. Looking at Wednesday golf tournament, they have their Metro tournament this week. So their season's winding down a little bit, but they still have a good amount to go. Not as close to being done as other sports, but they have their Metro tournament. I think we're gonna take second in this one. We've only gotten one first place so far. We can definitely win. I can definitely see us winning again, but I can also see us getting a second or third place. But I think we will take that second place this week.
I can see that happening for sure. But our first place was last week at that Millard North invite, and as we get later in the season, we seem to be figuring a lot of things out, adapting to a lot of rough conditions. Like you saw that Beatrice tournament, saw that Millard North tournament where there was a lot of, maybe not at Millard North, but at least at Beatrice, there was a lot of weather difficulties. So I think that Prep will take advantage of some hopefully nicer conditions and win this one.
Yeah. And then finally, we have our Norfolk invite. Norfolk's been a pretty good team in the past. I'm unsure how they are this year, but I know they have a good program. And judging by a good field out there, I think we're going to take this one third place. It's got a good field. It's a long drive. It'll be tough to get used to the course and stuff. So I think we'll take a good, nice third place here. It'll still be a good confidence booster. Third out of all those teams. But
For sure.
I don't know if we can get a really high spot after traveling for that long and on an unknown course.
I think that we'll continue rolling through our momentum, and I could definitely see the traveling of it being a bit of a factor that goes against us in that tournament. But I also think that even more that prep has adapted to a lot of conditions in the past. Like 50-mile-an-hour winds is absolutely atrocious, and we still managed to come out runner-up in that tournament. So I think that we'll adapt to these conditions nice and win this one.
Yeah. Well, that's been everything for today. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching, and we will see you again next week.
See ya.